loop a-whizzing through the air and landed it snug around the corral gate. "Move 'em out!" Red yipped and yee-hawed as he welcomed the herd onto the far-reaching range. "Wait for me!" yelled Slim just before his horse dumped him to the ground. "Can't, buckaroo," said Red. "Only real cowboys ride in front," said Sally. "You'll have to ride caboose, son," said Buster with a smile. So Slim took his place in the billowing cloud of trail dust at the back of the herd. And although the dust stung his eyes and the whittle-wanging of the bawling cattle tried his patience, the clip-clop rhythm of the ride started tapping itself into a poem in Slim's mind. The land stretches out till it touches the sky. A whippoorwill sings. A raven flies by. Suddenly, out of the corner of his eye, Slim spied a calf trapped in a narrow ravine. Grabbing his lasso, he said, "Here's my chance to be a real cowboy." It wasn't. As the river of cattle snaked and slithered its way past the red-tinged cliffs, the desert colors painted themselves into a poem in Slim's mind. Thunderclouds distant rumble with rain. Crickets start creaking a noontime refrain. Without warning, a heifer decided to go that-a-way, even though the herd was a-heading this-a-way. "I can surely take care of this myself," Slim said. He couldn't. After lunch, the scorching sun heated up the plains hotter than a chuck wagon's cook stove. "Even we don't get these hot dogies a-moving, they'll be roasted alive," said Buster. Slim rode toward the herd, a-hootin' and a-hollerin', waving his Stetson with one hand and flapping his bandana with the other. The cattle never even looked up. "I'm as out of place as a bull in a china shop," Slim said to himself. "I best be leaving this work to the real McCoy." He turned his horse and hit the flats for home, riding away from the herd and his dream. As Slim rode off into the horizon, the afternoon do-si-doed by, and thunderclouds piled high in the hazy blue distance. A hush fell over the range, and a zing of electricity filled the air. The cattle snorted nervously. Sally, Buster, and Red tightened their grips on their reins. All of a sudden, a clap of thunder echoed off the canyon walls. Bang! Rip! A flash of lightning tore through the gray curtain of clouds. Stampede! Red roped, Buster whipped, Sally galloped. But no matter what those crusty cowboys did, their cranky cattle kept heading full speed toward the edge of Deadman's Canyon. In no time flat, the herd caught up to Slim, sweeping him along like a feather in the wind. Hugging Rawhide, he bent over his horse's neck. To calm his own fears, Slim began a-talking, his voice as warm as spring-pure sunshine and as sweet as new prairie grass. And as he spoke, the riled-up cattle running right next to him got sort of curious. Pricking up their ears, they slowed just a little and strained to listen. Slim noticed the change in the herd. He started belting out words as clear and refreshing as a high mountain stream. "Lightning and thunder won't put you under. No need to fear. This cowboy is near." Gosh darn it, if even more of those spooked cattle didn't cool their heels. They stopped twitching and a-quivering and put on the brakes. Booming out his poems louder than an afternoon thunder guster, Slim kept on.